Did you know 1 in 4 people in relationships experience subtle psychological control without realizing it? That's right. Someone you love could be pulling invisible strings, shaping your thoughts, your choices, your life. Welcome to Stoic Blueprint, where we dive deep into the hidden currents of human behavior. Today, we're exposing 5 signs your partner is secretly controlling you. These aren't just red flags, they're rooted in dark psychology and backed by studies on manipulative behavior. By the end of this video, you'll not only spot these tactics but feel empowered to break free. Each sign comes with a universal lesson to reclaim your strength. If you've ever felt uneasy in your relationship but couldn't pinpoint why, this video is for you. Stick around until the end for a powerful takeaway that'll change how you see control forever. Let's dive into the first sign, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second. Control isn't always loud or obvious. It's often a whisper, a nudge, a shadow that creeps into your mind. Psychologists call this covert coercion, and it's more common than you think. A 2019 study in the Journal of Interpersonal Violence found that subtle manipulation is harder to detect, but just as damaging as overt abuse. Ready to uncover the truth? Let's start with a sign so sneaky, it hides in plain sight. Have you ever questioned your own memory because your partner insisted something didn't happen the way you remember? That's gaslighting, the first sign of secret control. Gaslighting is a psychological tactic where your partner manipulates you into doubting your reality. They might say, "You're overreacting," or "I never said that," even when you know they did. Over time, this erodes your confidence, making you rely on them to define what's true. A 2020 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that gaslighting victims lose 30% more self-esteem than those in healthy relationships. It's like they're rewriting your mind's script. Here's a shocking story. Sarah, a 28-year-old teacher, thought she was losing her mind when her partner repeatedly forgot promises, like picking her up from work. When she confronted him, he'd laugh and say, "You're so dramatic. You must have dreamed that." Months later, she found texts proving he'd lied. The universal lesson? Your reality is valid. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Start journaling your interactions to spot patterns. They can't gaslight a paper trail. Next, we'll uncover a sign that disguises itself as love. But don't blink, it's darker than it seems. Does your partner always insist on taking care of you, checking your phone, choosing your outfits, or deciding who you see? This is the second sign, overprotection that's really control in disguise. They frame it as love, saying, "I just worry about you," but it's a tactic to limit your freedom. Psychologists call this infantilization, treating you like a child to keep you dependent. A 2017 study in the Journal of Family Psychology found that 62% of people in controlling relationships felt smothered by excessive care, losing their sense of autonomy. Here's a wild statistic. In a 2021 survey by the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1 in 3 respondents said their partner's protectiveness was their first clue to deeper control. The universal lesson? Love doesn't clip your wings. True care lifts you up, not locks you down. If their help feels like a cage, set boundaries. Say, "I appreciate your concern, but I need to make my own choices." If they push back, that's a red flag. Wow, we're deep in this. Comment below with the phrase, "I am unshakable," to claim your power. Next, a sign that turns your own emotions against you. Ever feel like you're always apologizing, even when you're not wrong? That's the third sign. Guilt tripping. Controlling partners use guilt to manipulate your emotions, making you feel responsible for their happiness. They might say, "After all I've done, you're abandoning me," or "If you loved me, you'd do this." This is emotional blackmail, a tactic studied in a 2018 paper in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, which linked guilt tripping to higher rates of anxiety in victims. Here's a jaw-dropping story. Mark, a 34-year-old chef, was guilted into quitting his dream job because his partner claimed his late shifts made her lonely. She'd cry, saying, "You don't care about me." Years later, he realized she'd isolated him from his passions. The universal lesson? Your feelings aren't a debt. You're not obligated to fix someone else's emotions. Practice saying no without explaining yourself. It's a muscle that gets stronger with use. We've got 2 more signs to go, and they're even sneakier. Stick with me. Notice your friends or family fading from your life? The fourth sign is subtle isolation. Controlling partners don't always ban you from seeing others. Instead, they create distance through comments like, "Your friends don't really get you," or "Your mom's always so critical." They plant doubts, making you pull away voluntarily. A 2016 study in violence and victims found that 48% of people in controlling relationships reported fewer social connections within a year. Here's a stunning statistic. The American Psychological Association notes that social isolation increases stress hormone levels by up to 25%, weakening your mental resilience. The universal lesson: your relationships are your strength. Reconnect with loved ones, even if it's just a quick text. If your partner reacts negatively, that's a clue. This video could save someone's freedom. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. One last sign, and it's the most insidious yet. Does your partner create drama, arguments, crises, or sudden mood swings that keep you on edge? That's the fifth sign. Control through chaos. They thrive on unpredictability, keeping you anxious and focused on pleasing them. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, a tactic that hooks you like a slot machine. A 2022 study in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology found that chaotic relationships increase cortisol levels, mimicking chronic stress disorders. Here's a chilling story. Emma, a 25-year-old graphic designer, lived in constant fear of her partner's outbursts. He'd scream over small things, then shower her with affection, leaving her confused. She later learned this was a deliberate cycle to keep her addicted. The universal lesson? Stability is your right. You deserve peace, not a roller coaster. Step back and observe their patterns. Chaos isn't love. We're almost at the end, and the final takeaway is pure empowerment. We've just uncovered the 5 signs of secret control: gaslighting, overprotection, guilt tripping, isolation, and chaos. These tactics, rooted in dark psychology, can trap even the strongest among us. But here's the truth: you are stronger. A 2023 meta-analysis in Psychological Bulletin found that recognizing manipulative behaviors increases personal empowerment by 40%. Knowledge is your shield. Start trusting your instincts, setting boundaries, and rebuilding your connections. You're not just a survivor, you're unshakable. Take this with you. Control thrives in silence, so speak your truth. Journal, talk to a friend, or seek a therapist to process what you've learned. If any of these signs rang true, you're not alone. And you're already taking the first step by watching this. Siren Secrets is here to help you navigate the hidden currents of life. So hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more empowering truths. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's one boundary you're setting today? Let's build a community of strength. Until next time, stay powerful, stay unshakable, and I'll see you in the next video.